Hi, this is Z, and this is Little Bits of Lisbon. That's what my channel is all about. So Little Bits of Lisbon is pretty much about the nooks, the niches, the little niceties, the little bits and pieces of Lisbon that honestly inspired me to move here. Now there are lots of places that you can go that are the normal touristic or touristy places, which is amazing, but I really like to get into the crevices and the corners of Lisbon. So my channel is about living here, moving abroad, lifestyle, and just enjoying my life here in Lisbon, Portugal. It has been a dream. I can't believe I actually did this, and I am thriving. So my story is that I packed, sold everything, and moved across the great big pond of the Atlantic Ocean, and I settled in Lisbon, Portugal. I hail from the United States, the East Coast of the United States, and I said goodbye to the USA, and here I am. Lisbon is beautiful. I don't even know if I have the right words to say how beautiful Lisbon is. It has its gorgeous moments, its ethereal moments, its gritty moments, but I find beauty in all of that. When I first came to Lisbon in 2018, I was hooked. I'm a world traveler. I've been to a plethora of countries, and it's something about Lisbon that just took me by surprise and grabbed hold of me. I came here in 2018 and it was hard to leave. I was actually quite depressed when I had to get back on that plane and fly back to the US and go back to normal life. And then I typically chose different countries to travel to. I traveled about 6 to 8 times a year. I would just sort of spin the globe and, oh, this is where Z is going this go round. And I couldn't get away from Portugal. I couldn't get away from Lisbon. I kept coming back here and I would find something new. And then the last time, as I was on that plane and I said, oh my gosh, this is my country. Lisbon is my country. This is where I'm going to move. So I packed up all of my belongings. I sold my home. I did a humongous estate sale. I narrowed it all down. I threw a couple of things in storage, and we decided, my husband and I decided, to move to Lisbon, Portugal for good. And then 2020 hit, and it changed everything. So that is a completely different video of how we moved to Portugal, but didn't move to Portugal because the pandemic sort of put the kibosh on everything. But technically, the day that we were supposed to be flying to Lisbon, Portugal, the for sale sign was on the house. We had moved out. We had tickets in hand. And just before we were about to walk out the door to go to the airport, all the airports all over the world shut down because of COVID-19. And we were devastated. I'm trying to remember the feelings that I felt that day, but it was pretty. And thinking about my feelings from that day, that was. I think that was one of the most depressing things I ever had to witness or experience within myself, and. That day was just, you just felt the world going, at least my world anyway. All I could do, I put my passport and my tickets on the kitchen counter and I just walked upstairs and I just laid down. I think I was in shock. We were in a state of limbo because we had to move out of our house because we promised our real estate agent it would be free for show. We were gonna come back and forth from Lisbon back to where we were living, but we were technically walking out the house that day with tons of luggage, getting on the other side of the world, going to Lisbon, Portugal, and that did not happen in March of 2020. However, in March of 2021, things looked so much better. The world opened up, and the minute that Portugal opened and our airport said they were flying flights to Lisbon, Portugal, we jumped and we ended up in Lisbon, Portugal. Our first apartment was in Baixa, downtown Baixa, and the restrictions were still on and everyone was still masking up, and you still had to have the QR code to say that you were recently vaccinated, the digital vaccine app, just to get into places like grocery stores or restaurants. But it was the best thing, and I'm still grateful for being able to move here and thrive and live. And every time I leave Portugal to go back to the States now, I'm like, I can't wait to get back. But anyway, My channel is all about little bits of Lisbon and living here in Portugal. So I'm going to talk about how I moved here and the preparation to move here, how to move your pets here, how to be not so young, but young at heart. So I've moved to a new city. It's exciting, I'm thriving, and I can't wait to show you all the ins and outs about Lisbon, Portugal. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.